Why are these people raising fake babies? Imagine finding out that the baby you've been buying gifts for, the baby you've been checking in on, the baby you thought was born months ago never existed. That's right, because it wasn't a baby. It was a doll.
Oh.
And believe it or not, that's a real story. A 22-year-old woman in Scotland allegedly spent months convincing friends and family she was pregnant. She repeatedly wore a fake baby bump. See photo right here.
No.
Shared ultrasound photos, held a gender reveal party, and eventually introduced what everyone believed was a newborn daughter.
Oh my God.
Except the baby wasn't real. It was a reborn doll.
Oh.
And that's what led us down a rabbit hole we weren't expecting. Because it turns out this isn't just about one woman. There's an entire world built around these dolls.
God damn.
For those who have never seen one before, reborn dolls are hyper-realistic baby dolls designed to look and feel like real infants. Some are hand-painted. Some are weighted to mimic the weight of a newborn. Some cost hundreds of dollars. Others cost thousands.
What the
And
heck?
some are realistic enough that people have mistaken them for actual babies. At first, we thought this was just another niche collector hobby. Then we started digging. And that's when things got weird because there are entire communities dedicated to reborn dolls.
What?
There are conventions, meetups, online groups. Some owners build nurseries, some celebrate birthdays, some take them shopping, some create social media accounts for them, and some even organize play dates with other reborn doll owners.
What the? Oh my God.
Now, before everyone rushes to the comments, here where things get complicated.
What?
Not everyone who owns a reborn doll is pretending it's a real baby. In fact, many people aren't. Some collect them because they appreciate the artistry. Others use them for photography. Some simply enjoy collecting. And then there are people who use them for much deeper reasons.
Oh.
Researchers and healthcare professionals have documented cases where reborn dolls have been used to provide comfort to people coping with grief, infertility, dementia, loneliness, and empty nest syndrome.
Oh, wow.
For some people, these dolls are art. For others, they're therapeutic. And honestly, that's where the conversation starts getting difficult because most people can understand collecting something. Most people can understand finding comfort in an object. But at what point does comfort become dependency? And at what point does a coping mechanism become a replacement for reality?
Right.
Supporters argue that if something helps someone heal and isn't hurting anyone, then there shouldn't be a problem. Critics argue that treating a doll like a living child may cross a line. And then there are the cases that make the debate even more controversial because the Scottish woman wasn't the only person accused of using a reborn doll to deceive others and scam them. There have been other documented cases where people allegedly use reborn dolls as part of elaborate hoaxes, fake pregnancies, and sympathy scams. In some situations, people received gifts.
Wow.
In others, they received emotional support. And in every case, the realism of the doll played a major role in making the deception believable.
Right.
To be clear, these cases appear to be the exception, not the rule. But most reborn dolls owners are not doing anything remotely like that. But stories like these raise a question that keeps coming up again and again. Where exactly do we draw the line?
Yeah.
When does a hobby become a coping mechanism? When does a coping mechanism become an obsession? And when does it become something entirely different? Because depending on who you ask, reborn dolls are either beautiful work of art, a therapeutic tool, hold on,
Oh, damn.
a harmless hobby, or one of the strangest trends on the internet. So we want to know if your spouse, sibling, parent, or best friend started treating a reborn doll like a real child, would you support them or would you think they've gone too far?
Oh my God. Yeah, like they were saying, like, does it really, like, where do we draw the line with here? You know, like, I think, like, when people come, like, they have, you know, their newborn babies, like, you know, die, you know, that's really unfortunate. Like, they need the doll for the emotional support. But then when does that, like, you know, become a bigger issue? Like,
Yeah.
when are we going to stop, like, framing and be
When
like,
do you
okay,
heal from it and move on?
exactly.
Because a part of most therapy is, how am I going to heal from this and then move on?
Exactly.
How am I going to become self-sufficient and then move on? Becoming more dependent and more delusional to it. I wouldn't say that the whole thing is delusional. I would say that the second that you start asking the whole world to engage in it, and you start asking people to come over and bring gifts and join a play date or whatever, then yeah, that's becoming kind of like awkward.
Yeah.
But where you have it just for emotional support till you heal from your mourning, I get that.
Yeah. Or doing like a whole society, like making this a whole thing, you know, like then getting parents to it's a little odd, it's a little weird, and it's like separating from what's really your reality.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, because some people might say, sorry, B, to cut you off. Some people might say that, oh, but what happened? Why is that not okay in role playing, say for anime conventions or any other medieval conventions is different. One thing is for you to like have that one time of the year or those few times of the years where you gather with a group of people and you buy, even if it's expensive, costumes and you guys role play and all that stuff. One thing is to do that and even so study it properly. I don't know how that's going. But one thing is to do that. Another thing is to spend on a whole nursery and post online and actually ask everyone to treat you like you're a parent, like you're putting in that kind of work when it's not true. Because if I go to an anime convention, example, and I pretend to be, I don't know, Sakura from Naruto, whatever, I don't care. You pick your poison. Say you decide to do that.
Right.
That doesn't mean I'm gonna come home dressed like Sakura and I'm gonna tell my mom that from now on my name is Sakura. No, address me as Sakura. Or I'm going to punch you real hard or whatever the case may be. I don't care. The point is that there's a difference. Role playing is role playing, but this is like, let's just distort all of our realities towards something like that. Like, no, I think that something is not right. That and the fact that people are scamming, like, it's not even a debate. Plain simple. That lady from Scotland, what happened somewhere at the end of her pregnancy is that she started claiming on the internet that the baby had heart problems.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
In
That's
the
crazy.
womb. Yeah, in the womb.
Yeah,
before she even gave birth. So then after she gave birth, she could claim months later that the baby died. And that's what she did. And then she tried to do one of those like platforms where you can raise money.
Oh, like GoFundMe type of thing?
Similar to something like that. I don't know what they will
That's
call
what
it
I'm
in
saying.
Scotland.
That's what I was thinking too. I'm like, when does it get out of hand and people start scamming? And you don't know.
Yeah. And then they claim, no, this is my baby. And then you have to like psychologically accept it. Because in reality, now we made it a thing to have to address them like, yeah, this is real. And so on, you know, I don't know. I don't know. But then again, it does say, based on research, that this is the exception, not the main rule. We have some people scamming, but then that exists in every realm, in every field, in every topic, in every subject, there's a group of scammers anyway.
Yeah,
so like
everywhere.
To stop providing that emotional support to people who are in therapy for PTSD or whatever the case may be, that they're struggling with the loss of a baby, it's not the same thing. We're not saying it's not the same thing. I think that they should, if that helps, then so be it, you know? But you guys let us know in the comments what you think about this. Do you know about anyone?
Would you
Feel free to share. Would you raise a fake baby? A reborn baby, you know? And let us know in the comments below if you know anyone like this, or if you follow anyone, any influencer online that's like, my whole page is about my baby and me type of thing.
They do look cool though. Like if
They look dope.
They look dope.
They're well made.
Yeah.
I
That,
would
I'll
say
tell
I
you
understand
that.
why they charge so much.
Yeah. They're in the thousands, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
That's in the thousands.
the more detailed the art and the weight and everything,
Yeah.
the more accurate to a baby it is, the more expensive it is. That's why you
Right.
have people collecting them, because they it goes from
Yeah.
like meh to like rarely and
Rare.
uniquely special and
Made.
beautiful and stuff.
One. Okay.
All right, guys.
What?
Guys, see ya. Hello, V.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello.